Easily one of the most impressive and exciting cards that we featured in our entire history. This is easily the king of modern cards as we viewed them these days. This is the championship ticket variant of the playoff contender Tom Brady rookie. And as it sits, this has got a lot going for it. Technically assigned a grade of 8 by Beckett, but there's a lot of really noteworthy details here that we want to take a moment to highlight. First and foremost, the surface subgrade. So the surface here has been assessed as a 9.5. We've never seen one look this nice in any grade. In fact, we did some research on the actual population, and this is one of only 3 copies ever to receive a 9.5 surface subgrade. So for those who study this issue, that's a non-trivial detail because the surfaces on this high foil region are so regularly prone to flaws. And as I tilt it in the light, you can see how pristine this is. There's no flecks or flaking. Even high-grade examples will oftentimes have little micro chips and flaws. This one's as pristine and well-preserved as we've ever seen. And certainly from an eye appeal perspective, that's a big detail for this card. So we love the fact that the surface grade is as high as it is. The next thing I would want to point out is the quality of the autograph. It looks like a very, very well struck example. It's been assessed as a 10 by Beckett, but we have virtually no streaking or flaws to speak of. And so that's another detail that isn't that easy to come by. So we're really delighted in that attribute. Corners and edges, what we see is a modest amount of wear to these far left corners, maybe a couple edge chips. But aside from that, we would consider the corner subgrade of a 7.5 to be somewhat conservative. I think it easily could have graded an 8 in that regard. And as it sits, it has attributes where I don't think many people would question this in an 8.5. It's just a really impressive card for the grade assigned, and I think it'd be very hard pressed to find another 8 with more attractive subs overall. It's just a really special card. These are, of course, limited in production to just 100 copies. This one's somewhat attractively labeled at 24 of 100. Certain serial numbers carry a little bit more draw than others. This is a very nice serial number. As it sits, it's just one of those, really important early serial numbered issues. It's just a museum piece. I'm really, really delighted to feature it. Zooming in on the details, again, we see a little bit of wear at the extreme corner tips, a little bit of manufacturer chipping along this left edge. Another touch to that corner. Very evenly worn throughout. I'd say the back is every bit as nice as the front, if not nicer. From the back, you could almost say that maybe this is gonna, be a 9. It's just, this one really checks all the boxes for us. I love the grade. It's a conservative grade. It's got attributes which are far better than what you might expect for an 8. And overall, it's just a immeasurably important card for which there will never be enough copies. The prices just keep going up, and we don't see that changing anytime soon. The demand far outweighs the supply. So for those of you wanting to position yourself in this asset, while it's ballpark affordable, this is a wonderful opportunity. It comes very highly recommended, and again, we're absolutely thrilled to have it in the auction.